is your best guess as to how AI young sire programs will be structured 5 years from now? For example, will there be fewer bulls purchased by AI companies? Will young bulls still be ran through structured sampling programs? Will AI companies still provide incentive payments to cooperating herds and pay for the classification of young sire daughters herd mates? Jeff.
Well, until Kurt came up with this new HD chip, I could give you a pretty good answer. Now I'm sitting here scratching my head again. I think without doubt, though, that AI is still going to continue to have to assist in the collection of data. That assisting obviously means financially as well. So we'll have some semblance of cooperator herds to help get these bull samples so phenotypes can be collected, DHI testing classification can still be collected to validate what these SNPs actually mean to us long term. It's also our hope is that as the ability to get genomic testing done on the male population is open to the general public, that there is some way, shape, or form for those users of that scheme as well to help pay for this process as well. Because it's showed on the screen, it's very expensive to get these bulls proven. So we think there'll be some semblance. There'll probably be less bull sample, just from a cost-effective standpoint, and probably less herds involved as well at the same time. But we don't see them being eliminated, at least at this point.
Jason.
Well, as a breeder, I certainly view this as there is going to be less bull sample down the road as we fine-tune it. I think it's just realistic to think that. Also, as a breeder, I think that I view the data as being so important, and that's why I think it is so important that we continue, the bull studs continue subsidizing the data collection in the ways that they do, and it's vital to all of us. It's a concern of mine as this information does become available to all of us, and how the industry is going to adapt to that to keep that data flowing. And I think that there still will be a differentiation though between genomic bulls and proven bulls, and I think there's still enough variance within the proofs as we've seen so far with the technology we have now. Not to say it won't change in the future, that we need to test these bulls and sample them and see how they do in the population. So at this point, I'm really concerned as a breeder that we have things in place, that we have enough data, collected good data, that we continue with these predictions, because it's imperative.
Julian?
I don't think there's any question that there'll be fewer young bulls sampled. I mean, that's, as Jeff mentioned, be cost effective. As I mentioned before, in our little research, if bottom 20% of the bulls didn't get sampled, none of them would have made the top 100 anyway, so it's not like you're going to miss them. So there'll be less bulls sampled. Sampling program, to me, will still happen. They'll be modified, they'll be different than what we see now, different shapes, but I think it's still important for AI companies to maintain random sampling programs for the fact to still improve the association between genomic and phenotypic, to maintain reliable proofs on these bulls, to make sure these bulls gets proven, and still improve the scheme of association of DNA, well, genomic and phenotypic. At this stage, we're still going to sample a good number of bulls. I know different countries, in France, I think they don't sample bulls anymore, they just market young sires, and hopefully they get approved by default kind of thing. But at this stage, we're going to keep sampling bulls